Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a Nikki Uncut. I feel like it's been a minute since I've done a Nikki Uncut, but we're here and we have some great stuff that I've been holding off testing specifically to put in a Nikki Uncut so I can give you the first impression. A couple things I want to throw out there just so you can kind of get excited and know what you're in for. I got a little Dior, or I'm sorry, not Dior, Prada, excuse me, I'm getting my luxury brands mixed up. A Prada mini lip collection. I'm excited to try this center shade the most. Totally is screaming my name. I also got a new Gisou honey infused lip oil. This is cherry on the cake. So it's like the cherry or the strawberry sorbet one, excuse me, but it has a little glitter infused in it. It is so pretty. I'm finally going to try the YSL All Hours Precise Angles Concealer. I didn't realize it said that. Precise Angles Concealer. That's high hopes for that now. And then I'm also finally going to use on myself the Fatally Yours 2 collection. It's the Melt with BaeBrow, the newest collection. Fatally Yours 2. They already did a first one that was amazing. I loved that palette that launched in that first collection. It is all mattes, all like pretty, lots of good neutrals and like some fun colors in there too. But this one is beautiful as well, and I cannot wait to use it on myself. This is the palette and the color story. I've used it actually a few times on Bailey herself for, what do we do? We filmed for Dark History and then we did her launch party for this. So I've used it on everyone but myself. And then last but not least, certainly not least, okay, I've been holding off trying these for the last 5 days is when I finally found them in my PR boxes that I got in the mail and I'm so grateful for. But I got the new, don't freak out, okay? The new bkbeauty Core Complexion Trio. These brushes, when I tell you that Lisa J never disappoints, and she knew that we needed these brushes before we even knew we needed them. I am so pumped on these brushes. Let me just show you them. First of all, cute little box they come in. Now they may look familiar, and let's talk about these because they're genius. And they're really up my alley, okay? So let's talk about the brushes that you get. In this set, you get 3 brushes, and let me read off the numbers because I kind of forget. So you get the 116, the 115, and the 114. Obviously, I am most excited for the 114, okay? So this, let me pull it out. And Nikki Uncut, if you're new to my channel, if you're a new subscriber, welcome. I'm so happy to have you. But my Tuesday videos are typically speaking uncut. Sometimes I throw on like a video that's not Nikki Uncut, but usually Tuesdays are reserved for Nikki Uncut, which means I don't cut any stuff out like this, like me struggling. They're opened and they're ready to be shown. Okay, let me talk about the one I was talking about a second ago. The 114. This is the sister to my N17 that we didn't know we needed until we got it, and we are pumped, my friends. We are freaking pumped. So double-sided, like my N17. So the lighter fiber sides are always going to be best used for liquids, creams, anything like that, right? And then the back, just like the N17, it's got a back side for powder fibers, all your powders. So we're so going to bust this out and use this for our under eye concealer and setting, and I cannot wait. I love the fact that this has a tapered tip to it. I like precision. I'm a makeup artist. I want to be able to get into hard to reach areas. I want to have the utmost control with my tools, and that's one of the reasons why I designed like the N17 and the N16 and things like that, because it has a lot of precision, and then they're also very multitasking. So this is very multitasking. Hats off, Lisa J. This is a brush that we desperately needed. And then I'm actually really, really excited for this one. Let me show you my all-time favorite brush from bkbeauty. I've been a fan of this brush since before I knew Lisa J. Since I really knew much about bkbeauty, I've been a huge fan of this 106 brush. The 106 brush is a staple in my life professionally and personally. Well, they launched now the 116, which is the perfect little mini version of the 106. So I'm so excited to try this guy. This is going to be so good for cream blush, cream contour, cream bronzer, and I would also use this for powder too. I don't really think there's anything I wouldn't use this for. And then last but not least, let me find the full-size version of this, the 101 brush, okay? We know her and we love her. Well, they launched the 115, which is the smaller sister to the 101. Now, I love the 101, but I have a small face and I like a little bit more control. Again, I just told you why. So for me, I know I'm going to end up using the 115 a ton for doing my own personal makeup and probably in my kit as well, because it's a little bit smaller, a little bit easier to navigate a smaller face like mine. Anyway, we're so pumped for these little bad boys. We're gonna definitely be using these for this video. Let me put my box down. Now, another thing that launched with those brushes is a lash curler. I am so pumped for this lash curler. Lisa J teased me with this not that long ago, and I don't remember actually how long ago it was. Maybe it was like, it was probably a long time ago actually, now that I think about it, because I've been waiting for this for a while. So we're gonna just kick things off and use this little burgundy beauty of a lash curler. I love the rubber handles. I love the feeling of it. Oh yes, I need a new lash curler so bad, I can't even tell you. All right, let's get in here and let's just get this party started. Oh, that was easy. Excellent. Excellent. I am pumped to have a new lash curler. The handle feels really nice and secure too. I like that it's not just metal where it kind of slips around. Like if you have any kind of, any kind of a hard time with arthritis, or, if you have a hard time gripping things, this is going to be really nice and helpful for, I feel like, a lot of you out there. So very mindful of bkbeauty to launch with these rubber handles, because this makes it very, very easy to grip onto. Wow, very nice. Okay, there's like a party going on outside. I don't know what they're doing. It's like 9 in the morning, but if you hear anything in the background, it's just the neighborhood is going off for some reason. I also have some more things to share with you because I went to Nordstrom recently and I restocked a ton of MAC favorites that I've been wanting to buy and restock for a long, long time. I got a grip of lip liners. I got some mascara. I got another Thinks It's MAC, one of the best MAC lipsticks you will ever try in your life. Just trust me when I tell you that. And I got a blush for my pro kit. I should take this out so I actually remember to put this in my pro kit. But I bought a blush that I used a long time ago in my pro kit, and I cannot wait to have this back in my life. I love the mineralized blushes from MAC. I got the shade Lovejoy. I'm not going to use this on myself, I don't think, because I want to use the Bailey one that came out with her collection. So we'll hold off of that. And I mean, this is really for my kit anyway, so I'll put this in my pro kit. But this is Lovejoy, and it's such a beautiful, earthy, neutral blush. All right. That's about all the new stuff I got. Let me just move my hair out of the way for a second. I'm sorry to keep touching it. I know that's kind of annoying to watch. Okay, we're in a better spot. Now let's do this. I'm gonna grab Painterly Paint Pot from MAC. This is one of the things I picked up when I restocked my MAC phase. I'm gonna grab my N16 brush, dip in to Painterly, and I already have a little bit of concealer on my eyelids, just so I don't have to make this video super long. I have my brows on quite clearly. So my brows are in a good spot. And I'm gonna run this Painterly Paint Pot all over my eyelids. These are really ideal for oily eyelids, in my opinion. If you have really dry eyelids, these could feel a little crusty, for lack of a better way to put it. But if you have oily eyelids like myself, these will really be beneficial to keeping your eyeshadow from creasing, from moving, from getting too greasy throughout the day. And it gives it really a great grip as well. So getting that all over. Now, I'm not quite sure what kind of look I'm going to go for with this eyeshadow palette, so we're just going to let the wind blow us in whatever direction it wants to take us. But before we do, I'm going to grab my N14 and a little bit of a newer powder to me that I've been testing out. I still don't fully know how I feel about this powder. This is the Laura Mercier Rose Translucent Powder. It's in the shade Rose. It's the Ultra Blur talc-free newer formula. And I like the OG personally. I think it works the best. But I've been trying this one out because I want to see what it's all about. So I'm not quite sure how I like it yet, but using that just to lock in painterly a little bit more. And now I could fully dive into the Fatally Yours palette, Melt times BaeBrow. I want to say I'm going to go in these tones. I've used every shade. Well, have I used every shade? Actually, I've used every shade in this palette, I believe, except for Glisten and Honey for some reason. And if you want to see a picture of that makeup look that I'm talking about, I will post it. Or did I post it in my community? It's a good question. I might have posted it in my community. If you're ever wanting to check out, let's dip into this red one right now. If you're ever wanting to check out other things on my YouTube channel other than tutorials, you can head to my community tab. And that's where I share like photos, memories, links, things like that. So check that out if you're ever wanting to discover more. All right, so we're gonna blend this into the crease, and I'm gonna start very sparingly and very slow with this shade. All of these shades are tremendously pigmented, which is great, but I'm not sure what kind of look I'm wanting to go for quite yet, so I wanna keep this pretty soft. So just taking my N13, and again, if you're just new to my channel, Nikki Uncut, I don't cut out any of the blending, so you're gonna see all of the blending and everything it takes to create an eye makeup look. So right now I'm still just dipping into the matte red. When I think of this palette, it really is like a classic BaeBrow type palette. Like it just reminds me, like this is just her in a palette, I feel like. Very rock and roll, very mysterious, very Bailey. But Melt has some amazing formulas. I talked about them not too long ago in a previous video called 5 Brands You Should Try ASAP. Is that what I titled it? Yeah, I think I titled it that. My memory is shot. But I talked about this brand, and a lot of you had not heard of them before, or at least I gathered that in the comments. And it's so cool to be able to introduce my audience and you guys to newer brands or just different brands. This brand is not new, by the way. They've been around for 12 years. I want to say 12 years. I believe 12 years. 12 or 13 years at this point. So they're not new, but they're still new to quite a few of you. So it's always fun to introduce you all to new brands and different brands you don't see at Sephora or see at Ulta or see at like the big retailers, you know? In fact, I was introduced to an indie brand by one of you all, my great subscriber and community member, Suzanne Young. She introduced me to Nomad Cosmetics. I had never heard of Nomad, but they have some amazing, amazing eyeshadows that she introduced me to and actually sent me a palette, and I just can't thank her enough because I had never heard of that brand. And I don't know if I would have heard of them if she hadn't introduced me. So if you have any brands out there that you love, that are indie, that I've never talked about, that maybe I don't know about, please leave them in the comments of this video because I'm always looking to expand. I'm always looking to introduce other people to new brands. And it's just fun to try new things. So definitely drop them in the comments if you can. And they could be indie for all I care. They could be a startup that just started last week. All right. And like I mentioned, I don't really have a plan for this makeup look, but I do know I want it to be kind of blown out. So we're going to really do something fun today, potentially. Okay. Trying to match my hooded eye to my non-hooded eye is my biggest challenge with my face. But you can see I really blended this a lot. I built up the color so it's not super intense out the gate. And one thing I really want to do, I don't want to use any of the shimmers in this palette. However, I'm going to dip into a white shadow in this really quick first before I open up a new product. Let's use a bkbeauty. Where is the 207? My gosh. And we're going to dip into Kitty. And let's do a little frosty white tear duct action. So I'm starting with all the mattes, and I'm going to pop a shimmer on as well. There was also a really intense red gel liner that was launched in this collection. Should I use that today? Where is it? That's the question, is where is it? I probably should use that actually because I don't have an eyeliner. Huh. I wish you guys could tell me live if I should use that eyeliner. But maybe I should. Okay, so just blending this slowly and building up the intensity in the tear duct. Like that. That's pretty. Very pretty. All right, so I've been so pumped on this new Dior Backstage Highlighter palette. I have been so pumped on this. It's not brand new. I did use it a couple times in, I believe, like one of my lives, my Sunday morning lives. Those are really fun. If you have not joined, they're really, really fun. We have a blast. We talk, we chat, we test things, we tell stories. It's a great time. But so Dior has a new Backstage Glow Face palette, and this is Celestial Glow. But the glitter in this is, holy smokes, gorgeous. Look at that. Can you see that? I mean, come on. I don't really use this one as a highlighter on my face, but on my eyes, oh, okay. Like, forget about it. So let me use my fingertip. I'm going to dip into that frosty shade. I'm going to try to keep this close to my tear duct, but I have long nails, so it's going to be hard to get in there. Yes. That is so pretty. It's a very finely milled, very like wet topper type glitter. It is so pretty. If you were hesitant to buy this palette, let this glitter be the sign that you should get it, because if you want it. But if you get it, you're not going to be disappointed because it's so freaking pretty. That is stunning. I love that. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to use I need an eyeliner. Hold on. I should have got this ready, but I forgot. Let's use Rich Brown from Melt as well. It's same brand. It's just not the Bailey collection, but it's a nice red tone brown. I think it's going to be really pretty with the eye that I'm trying to accomplish here. All right. Rich Brown from Melt. That's the liner. These are very, very creamy, and you have to kind of be careful because they're very pigmented and they kind of like go on very intense. So do a little bit of liner. Cute. I'm going to grab my N11 brush. It's my angled brush, and we're just going to drag this in a bit and then out. Cute. Let me layer a little bit more. Nice, okay. I'm liking this already. I'm going to tight line the inner corner, so tucking this right in the inner corner of my eye. Just like that. It makes a subtle difference. But that sparkle, I wish you could see this up close right now. The sparkle is It looks pretty on camera, but it doesn't quite, the camera does not capture, you know, wet toppers and like that kind of like high shine metallic finish like in person picks up, you know, like in person obviously. You can really tell the detail. You can see how like magical that is. On camera it's pretty, but it's not, you're not getting the full effect, unfortunately. Which is why we should really do this in person someday. We should really do an in-person masterclass or just like a meet and greet type situation. I get asked all the time, and I have been seriously considering it for the last year. But I keep thinking to myself, well, no, I need to grow my audience bigger. I need to have more of you show up and come, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should have just done a smaller, like more intimate one and not waited. You know what I mean? So same thing, I'm just blending this out. And we'll clean this up a bit too with some concealer and towards the finish line. I'm gonna tight line a little bit on the outer just to match it. Pretty. Very pretty. This is a fun look. Same N11 brush. I'm going to dip into actually the red in this palette because I've noticed from using it a couple times on Bailey that the red actually turns deeper once it hits something else. So once it hits this eyeliner, it ends up being a really deep, almost like borderline burgundy shade. It's really pretty. Very unique palette and very unique shade. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. So I'll sharpen this line in a bit and you'll see exactly how I do that. The crows are crowing outside, the squirrels are squirreling. They're doing jumping jacks on my roof. They're just out partying today. It is hilarious. I know you guys actually can't hear it, and it's much louder in my studio than it is on camera, but to me in studio it sounds like a party is going on. It is so hilarious. And every time I think that the audio is going to be so jacked up in these Nikki Uncuts and so bad, I'll listen to it and I'll play it back obviously, and I don't hear any of it. And then I see your guys' comments and you're like, Nikki, I don't hear any of that, don't worry. But just know in person it sounds so much louder, and then on camera it's like you could barely hear anything. All right. I just set my tight lining in that inner corner with the same red. Loving the way that looks. Very fun. All right, I think we're actually gonna put this bad boy away. You know, we got a really beautiful burgundy theme going on right now. Really, really pretty burgundy theme. This is so fun. I love a good color story. So we're gonna put that away. We're done for a minute. I am gonna use a new mascara that's new to me. I don't think it's a new mascara. I'm pretty sure this has been around for a hot minute, but I was sent this in PR and I realized I don't think I've ever tried a Laura Mercier mascara. And if I have, I just don't remember. But this is the Caviar Extravagant Mascara from Laura Mercier. Yes, I like to pump my mascara. I like to get some air into it because I feel like it sticks better to your lashes. I get asked this on a regular basis. So yes, I do pump my mascara. What's a big wand? Okay. Let me be careful. Not bad. Not blowing me away at all, but not bad. I think the fact that my lashes were curled before this is really giving this like an advantage. It's okay. I would not really go out and recommend this one. It's not knocking my socks off. And usually if a mascara is good, you're going to know in the first, like, I don't know, 10 seconds of using it, to be honest. That might sound dramatic and extreme, but it's true. You know a good mascara within the first 10, 15 seconds of using it. And this is just kind of okay. going to build it up because I want some more intensity, and I don't really want to put lashes on for this look, but I will if I have to. Okay, it's doing something. We had to finesse it. You know, we had to wine and dine it a little bit, but it's doing something. That's gonna make my nose run. Anytime I'm like too intense on my eyes, it makes my nose run. Sorry for the TMI. All right, let me grab a N12 brush, and I'm gonna use the foundation that I'll be using in a bit. The LYS stick foundation. This is a really great foundation if you want like a nice, more affordable stick. And I say more affordable because I love the Dior one, but it's not obviously the most affordable. So I'm going to use this to clean up just a bit that wing liner. Like that. And since this is not like a very sharp brush, it's not going to give like that super cut look. It's going to give more of a soft cleanup. Okay. Cute. Let's sharpen this a bit more though. All right. All right, my friends, we are looking good. Okay, I actually think it's time for foundation. So LYS, I wear the shade MN5. It's a creamy stick foundation, and it goes on, it's gonna look a little darker on my skin, just FYI. It goes on really nice and creamy and just blends like a dream. I'm gonna use, I think, the 115 from bkbeauty to blend this in. Oh yeah, that feels nice, okay. Yeah, this is like the perfect size for my face and just for what I prefer. I love the 101. It's much bigger. So it does really get that job done super quick. Like if you were really wanting to knock out your foundation and have it just blend into your skin like butter, the 101 will get you there in about 2.5 seconds. But if you already have your eye makeup on, it could be a little bit harder to navigate with a bigger brush, so that's where this is going to be coming into play and being very, very useful. And also just if you have a smaller face. So I'm going to take the brush to the product, blend on some more. Now initially that foundation looks like it's going to be way too dark on me, but once it blends into my skin, it matches the rest of me. So it's always what I'm going for when I'm color matching. I like to take in the entire picture, right? So I take into account my neck, my chest, my arms, my shoulders, my hands, and I try to match to be as cohesive as possible. So that's one of the reasons why I don't just match my face to my foundation, or my foundation, excuse me, to my face, because my face is much, much paler in comparison. Very nice. That blends in so, so well. I'm going to be obsessed with that brush. I just have a feeling. So foundation is good for now. Now I'm going to dip into a bronzer and let's actually use the 116 for that. That's going to be a great brush for this. So newer product to me, still kind of testing out, still gathering my thoughts and if I like recommend it, if I like it. I like to get products like, you know, if I'm on the fence or I'm just not quite sure, I like to give it a lot of time and really play with the product before I come out and tell you if I love it or not. So this is from Nude 6. It's like that stack bronzer. I want to say there's only one shade of the bronzer, but I could be wrong. I should really research that before I say that. But this is an all over blush balm, but it's in a bronzer shade. All right, so this brush is phenomenal. Doing all the work for us. So I'm just bronzing up the forehead, being nice and like kind of effortless with it, not really trying to sculpt and contour too much, just trying to give some warmth to my complexion. Same thing we're doing the nose. Warming it up. then once we apply the concealer, it will give a nice soft contoured effect. Now, I actually love the 106 for cream blush, cream bronzer, cream foundation, powder foundation, like so many things. I use the 106 for like so many things. It's ridiculous. It's pretty much endless what you can use the 106 for. But I do love how this is smaller and it feels a little bit stiffer by nature because the bristles are shorter. So because of that, you get like a little bit more like pounce, and it really like blends it into your skin very nicely. This is a great brush. Okay. Now, what is causing reflection on my face? Let's play a little game. I think it's a Dior. Yes. Okay. Now I'm gonna grab a smaller brush. Let's use a, I'm out of clean N12s. Cool. Oh no, I don't. I'm not. There we go. One last clean N12 brush. Same product from Nude 6. I'm going to contour my lips. Something I'm a huge fan of. It just brings my lips to life instantly. All right, so I'm very anxious to try this YSL concealer. I've been asked to try it many times, and I don't know why I just never got around to it. Probably because I just don't need it, and I don't know, but here we are. We're finally gonna try it. Let's pray that I bought the right shade match. I purchased it online, and ooh, looks good. Looks very promising. So I got the shade LN4, light neutral 4. Love the packaging, and I like the doe foot too. So let's do, oh yeah, okay, good. This is good. Phew, I was really worried. I've purchased a lot of concealers recently, and I have failed myself on a lot of the shade matching that I did. Oops. Now, I probably should have color corrected a little bit before doing this because I'm seeing this concealer is a little bit see-through, and that means I'm going to be able to see some of the redness under my eyes pop through. But, you know, it's okay. You know, I'm not getting a lot of product on the doe foot, which is frustrating for me because I don't want to have to dip in 1,000 times to get the product. Yeah, definitely feels thin. Very, very thin. I'm going to do a little highlight around here. We're definitely going to conceal this redness around my nose. Give my lips a little lifty lift, and let's do a little, let's do a little lift and sculpt. It's going to look a little funny for a minute. Okay, let's bust this out. This is the 114. We're going to use the lighter fiber side to blend in these areas. And I'm actually going to use the tapered part to sculpt out my cheek. Wow, this is a soft brush. Holy smokes. This is like silk. Okay, nice. So that's really good glide. And I think I like the concealer. Okay, this is nice. So I am going to use a tapping motion. This is more of a flat brush. So just like the N17, if you want coverage with your N17 or with this brush, you want to press and tap. That's why I always say tap, tap, tap. That's why you hear me say tap, tap, tap a million times on my channel, and it's like our biggest inside joke, right? But tapping products into your complexion is what maintains coverage. When you swipe, that's when you start to dilute and you start to feather out and take away the coverage, and you end up dispersing it in a more natural way. When you tap products in, you keep it. You lock it in. So I want to lock in that concealer. And although this is thinner in texture from what I, usually like preference-wise, it's actually given a really nice amount of coverage. And I'm excited for this. I'm definitely going to have to be using this more often to get more thoughts on it. And now I'm definitely seeing why you guys have asked me so many times to try it, because sounds like you like it, and I have been missing out. So now where I want to dilute that concealer a bit, I'm going to use a back and forth motion. I love the tip of this brush though. I love that it has that tapered tip. This is right up my alley because I can get under my eye and blend out creases. That is nice. That is really, really nice. And I love my eyes so far. Very pretty. Okay, this is where it's also going to get very handy to have this kind of brush, because if you are someone like me and you do your brows before you do your foundation, you can get in there and with precision blend foundation and concealer around them without disturbing them. I'm going to go back to that cute little 116. I need to learn these numbers and memorize them. I'm going to re-blend in the bronzer. Sorry for the sniffles around here. It's very cold in my studio and usually activates my allergies along with applying mascara. So here we are. So complexion looks really good. I hope it looks this good on camera for you, but in person and on the monitor for me, it looks really flawless and really nice. Love this combination. The LYS with the YSL, that is a tongue twister because they're very similar names, is looking really good. And I have to say, I'm really liking this bronzer. The more I use it, the more I'm liking it a lot, and I'm not disappointed. So that's a good thing. We need to powder our skin before we go into this very pigmented blush. Let me just show you how pigmented this blush is. It is knock your socks off pigmented. So let's grab that Laura Mercier powder that I'm still testing out. Jury is out on this still, okay? But it's in the shade Rose, and I need to go back to the 114. We're gonna flip it from cream to the powder side. We're gonna pick up that rose powder. Let's push it in a bit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna need another one of these for my kit. Like very soon. I also have exciting plans to, I do this every year, but let me talk about it here. I actually talked about it on a live recently, but every year at the beginning of the year, a little backstory actually, every year around the week before Christmas and New Year's, and also my birthday. My birthday is New Year's Day, so it's a lot of things all happening in the span of a week. It's overwhelming. It's a lot of anxiety. It's a lot, you know? If you know, you know, right? Like the holidays, and if your birthday is around the holidays too, it could be just very, not the most fun. It's just a lot. But anyway, so around this time of year, I've been doing this for like, I don't know, the past 8 years, I believe. I push myself to take a almost 2-week vacation, or at least a 10-day. I strive for 10 days. I've had 2 weeks in the past when work has been a little bit slower and it's easier. But I'm trying to do another at least 10-day vacation from doing makeup on other people. So this is part of my job. This is like one half of my job, basically. The other half is going and doing clients and doing shoots and stuff like that. So backstory is I'm going to take a 2-week vacation from taking clients, and it will allow me to really work on some other content and do other things and just get myself ready for the new year. But in that time, I'm also going to revamp my pro kit, and it's something that I do every year, but this year I'm probably going to film it because it sounds like it's something that you guys would want to see. By the way, this brush is money, okay? I know it's like the oldest 90s saying, but like this is a money brush. If you've seen the movie Swingers with Vince Vaughn, you know what I'm talking about. This brush is money. It's amazing. Holy smoke. Sorry, I had to like just call that out because I got distracted with my story. That's amazing. Wow. Anyway, long story short, okay, I'm going to revamp my kit. I do this every single year before I go back to work as a makeup artist. I completely de-pack my makeup kit. I take everything out. I do a deep clean to the point where everything squeaks when I put it back in my kit. Not that it doesn't in general, but at the end of the year, I get so overwhelmed and I get so busy with clients and shoots and like those last minute needs of people on their holiday parties and their events and all that stuff, then my kit ends up by the end of the year a disaster. So it is currently right now a disaster, and there's also just so many things I want to take out and add new things in, and it's my way of like just revamping and overhauling my kit. So I cannot wait to film that video. I'm going to film that during my little vacation because I'll have the time to do it because my kit will not be in my car ready to be taken on set and to clients' houses. But I'm very excited. I shopped recently during a Sephora sale. There was a Sephora sale. They happened like after the initial Sephora sale. There was like a friends and family 20% off, I believe. By the way, isn't this pretty? But it's holy smokes pigmented. So that's why I'm doing this thing where I blend it on my hand first and then I tap it on. So anyway, I bought a ton of stuff. I bought lip liners, eyeliners, all those things that I run out the most. I bought more concealers and I cannot wait to just restock my kit and have a clean, fresh start for 2025 and be ready to go for my clients. And yeah, so that's my backstory. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna try to film it and share it with you all and give you like a little mini tour of what I'm going to put in my pro kit. So if you're looking forward to that video, if it sounds like something you're interested in, maybe drop that in the comments below so I know that you guys are excited for it. So I'm going to take whatever's left over on my N15 brush with that blush. And the name of this blush, by the way, is Please. That was easy. Please. It's like a pretty pink powder blush. This looks so pretty on Bailey. It was like not even funny. The first time I put this on her, I was like, wow, you are gorgeous in a pink blush. Holy Toledo. I don't know where that saying came from, by the way, but my mom used to say it to me when I was a kid, so don't judge me. Okay, so tapping it on, getting it nice and kind of just like airbrushed into the rest of my complexion. I really love the way my eyes turned out today. I want to recreate this actually. Again, that is pretty. Wow. I need to stop. I cannot stop blending this into my skin. It's just so addicting. Very pretty. And look how much pigment I have left on my hand from that. Good little trick, by the way. If you have not utilized that trick that I've taught you, please try it. I urge you to because it's a game changer. What else do we have that's new? By the way, I also had a Prada eyeshadow palette sent to me. So thank you, Prada. I didn't try it, obviously, today. We just chose the Bailey over this, but that's a color story. These, we don't need them, Prada. I love you for a lot of things, but please stop doing this. We don't need these. Like, I can't even, I mean, I wouldn't even pick food out of my teeth with these. Like, what are these actually for? Okay, I just sneezed. I'm sorry. I had a little dust go up my nose, so I had to cut for a second. Sorry. So let's do the Prada lips, and let's use the shade Monochrome Hyper Matte and BO2 Quartz. Is that really the name? They're these cute little minis. These are really ideal for like when you're going to a holiday party and you don't want to take a full-size lipstick with you. But look how pretty this shade is going to be with what we got going on right now. Now for the lip liner, like I mentioned, I did pick up some favorites and some newer products and liners from MAC. I got Beige Turner, which I think is going to be, this could be good actually. Let me just swatch this really quick. So that's Beige Turner. It's a newer one from MAC, but I also got Greige. Greige I used on my live, if you're watching this in real time, just 2 days ago. Really beautiful, pure, cool toned lip liner. I think let's go cool tone. Let's just go for it, okay? So we're gonna use, let's go for Greige. Because I did swatch this one previously and it's a little more warm in tone and I wanna keep it more cool. So let's go for Greige. Let me not block you. Very pretty. Let's blend out the edge. Tomas just woke up from his nap. And now let's apply this on top. This is gonna be really pretty. Wow, I already like that already actually with no lipstick. Ooh, this smells like a Prada lipstick. Kind of smells like baby powder or diapers. Nice color. It's a lot more peachy than I was expecting though. But let's make it work. Okay. Nice formula. Actually very creamy for a matte. Now I definitely have to go back over with grayish because I need to cool this down again. So let me go back over with grayish. We're gonna layer this lip, which is always something I do, especially at work on my clients. I always go back over and I do a sandwich technique where I sandwich the lipstick that I'm using in between the first layer of lip liner and the last layer of lip liner. So let's sandwich this guy up. Better. Okay, that's actually really pretty. I like that a lot. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments what you think of this makeup look in general and this lip. I actually really like the way the lip came out, even though it's warmer than I was anticipating. I like this whole look, to be honest. There's one thing I didn't do, and I just have to do this really quick because it just seals the deal for me in terms of like the need and the satisfaction of the makeup look. I'm just gonna take a little bit of the same crimson red shadow, okay? And then I'll just take a clean 209 brush from BkBeauty. I'm taking the tiniest bit of this product and I just wanna do a little connection on the bottom. Just a little bit. Let's go back to my N12 and really fully blend that out. Okay, last but not least, and then I promise you we're done. I'm gonna go back to my N15 brush. I'm gonna wipe off the excess on my towel below me, and I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of this pink highlighter because you have to see the full effect, okay? And this is actually something I did on Bailey when I did this blush on her. I added, and this was such a pretty combo, oh my gosh. I added the Haus Labs Biogel highlighter in rose quartz. I keep that in my Pro Kit. It is so beautiful. But I added that on top, so it was like, it made it like more like creamy and milky looking. I don't know, it was so special. I wish you could have seen it in person like I did, but it was really pretty. But that is the look. Let me show you it a little bit up close. Look at that glow on the eyes, all from that frosty highlighter in the Dior palette. The mascara was my least favorite thing that I tried out of this tutorial. The powder I'm liking a lot more today than I did prior to this video. What else did I try that was really nice? I really like this Dior or Prada. I keep calling it Dior. Why can't I stop? Prada. I really like this Prada lipstick. This is really pretty. The concealer, I'm definitely going to test out a lot more, but I loved it in combination with the LYS. This is a great combo for complexion, and I like this too. All right, anyway, I'm going to link everything I used for this Nikki Uncut that we tried on today. I hope you liked it. Leave me a comment if you did. Let me know what you thought of the eyes, and let me know if you get this palette, and if you try that frosty shade on your eyes, tell me in the comments below what you think. It is so pretty, but that's the look. That's the Nikki Uncut. Thank you for hanging out with me and spending your time with me. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video very soon. Bye.